In Baltimore, 57 murders per 100,000 people. 1 in 2,000 people murdered every single year. I mean, how is that even possible? Baltimore used to be one of America's best cities. What is the story of Baltimore for our national audience? What's happened?
What's happened is they've defunded the police. They've sought to allow for, even in my committee, they were trying to get Public Information Act requests to obtain the finances of the families of police officers, including where they might be sending their kids to school to try to collect money if they sue them. This has chased over 800 officers off the streets of Baltimore. They've just left. We had a 30% resignation rate after the attempt to defund the police last year in my committee, which we stopped most of those bills. But sadly, some of the package did get through, including opening the door to suing the officers personally. We filibustered over 7 days for that. And this is also a long-term problem because in Baltimore City, they haven't been prosecuting crimes. And so when you shoot somebody, literally 3 days later, they're back out on the street if they catch them at all. This is not justice. So I'm talking about it in terms of equal justice for all. You know, in my community, in Frederick, where I'm a state delegate, you call the sheriff's office or the police, they show up 5 to 7 minutes. They're there for us. We back the blue in my county, but not so in Baltimore City. I've talked to dear people who said that there was crime right in front of their street. They called literally 45 minutes later, an officer might be able to show up. And it's not the officer's faults. It's the fact that they don't have enough. They're literally not supplying the level of funding that they need to make sure those officers stay there, nor are they protecting them. If under State's Attorney Mosby, the reason why Baltimore voted her out is because under her watch, if an officer had a complaint, she would literally throw that officer to the wolves, so to speak. No one would defend them. And so who wants to be in that environment and try to protect anyone? If you draw your gun, all of a sudden now you're a felon simply because you got, a street fight going on and you need to properly bring it under control. This is what's going on in Baltimore City. The blood is running there every single day. The cartels are running many sections. And Charlie, it's bad when the NAACP says like it did 3 weeks ago and cried out calling for the National Guard in parts of the city. That's the NAACP.
Really? Wow.
They did.
Wait, so when you say the cartels, you mean the Mexican drug cartels are in Baltimore?
They are here. In fact, in my law practice, as well as a state delegate, we've been briefed on this. I have worked with federal agencies to try to crack down on these cartels. They're straight up from the southern border. We're an open border state here in Maryland. It's a sanctuary state. It's horrific. I'm going to bring an end to that. And one of the ways we're going to do that is by crushing the cartels. We're going to go and round up the drug dealers and make sure they don't get out of jail again. And part of this is, multi-state as well. We're a I-95 corridor. So we're basically a hub for a lot of the drug dealing that goes on in New York City. That's going to end on my watch.